There comes a moment in every person's life when you must make a choice to stay hidden in the shadows or to step into the light, a choice to accept the life you've been given or to create the life you deserve, a choice between living in the prison of your past or breaking free into the promise of your future. That moment is now. Perhaps you've been walking through life half asleep. Perhaps you've been moving through your days on autopilot, letting precious moments slip through your fingers like sand. Perhaps you've been telling yourself that someday you'll start living. Someday you'll take that risk. Someday you'll become who you were meant to be. But listen to me, someday is a lie. Someday is the enemy of today. Someday keeps you trapped in a prison of your own making. Someday is the silent killer of dreams, the thief of potential, the grave of greatness that never was. The truth is harsh but necessary. No one is coming to save you. No one will hand you the life you dream about. No one will recognize your potential if you keep it buried deep inside. No one will fight your battles, climb your mountains, or cross your deserts for you. This journey, your journey, can only be walked by you. You must awaken. You must rise. You must become the person you've always been capable of becoming. Not tomorrow, not next week. Not when the timing feels right, or when stars align, or when the fear subsides. Now, today, this moment. Look at your hands. These hands were given to you to build, to create, to transform. Yet how many days have passed where these hands remained idle, where your gifts remained unopened, where your voice remained silent? How many opportunities have slipped through these fingers because you weren't ready? You weren't certain, you weren't brave enough. The world doesn't reward those who wait. It doesn't celebrate those who hide. It doesn't remember those who play it safe. The world bends to those who dare, those who persist, those who refuse to be ordinary. The world opens for those who knock with the force of their conviction, who push with the strength of their purpose, who enter with the authority of their authenticity. But here's what most people don't understand: extraordinary isn't born, it's built, day by day, decision by decision, moment by moment, brick by brick, step by step, heartbeat by heartbeat. Every time you choose courage over comfort, every time you push past the voice of doubt, every time you stand when it would be easier to stay down, you're building something powerful. You're building your awakening. You're constructing the foundation of a life that will outlast you, a legacy that will echo long after your footsteps have faded. Will it be painful? Yes. Will you want to quit? Absolutely. Will there be days when you question everything? Without doubt. Will there be nights when you lie awake wondering if you've made a terrible mistake? Certainly. Will there be moments when the weight it all seems too heavy to bear? Without question. But pain is the price of growth. Discomfort is the currency of change. The fire that forges steel is not gentle, it's all-consuming. And right now you are in the fire. The question is not whether you will feel the heat. You will. The question is what the fire will make of you. So what will you do? Will you let it destroy you? Or will you let it transform you? Will you shrink from the heat? Or will you become unbreakable within it? Will you run from the flames? Or will you dance in them, knowing they are burning away everything that isn't truly you? The choice is yours, and yours alone. No one can make it for you. No one can walk this path for you. No one can awaken you if you choose to remain asleep. Your past does not define you unless you allow it to. Your mistakes do not own you unless you let them. Your fears do not control you unless you give them permission. Your doubts do not determine your destiny unless you make them your compass. Your limitations are not your identity unless you accept them as such. Take back your power. Reclaim your story. Rewrite the ending. Tear up the script that others have written for you and create your own. Be the author of your life, not just a character in someone else's story. Be the director of your journey, not just an actor following stage directions. The awakening begins with a single step, a single decision, a single moment of truth when you look in the mirror and say enough. Today I choose differently. That moment, that precious, autopilot, powerful moment, can change everything. That moment can be the dividing line between you were and who you are becoming. Remember this: the greatest tragedy in life is not failure. It's succeeding at things that don't matter. It's reaching the end of your days and realizing you never truly lived. It's having a heart full of dreams that never saw daylight. It's looking back on a life of safety when adventure was calling. It's settling for mediocrity when greatness was within reach. Don't let that be your story. Don't let that be the narrative of your one wild and precious life. Don't let fear write the final chapter of your journey. Your potential is not a distant shore. It's burning inside you right now, fighting to break free. That restlessness you feel, that dissatisfaction with the ordinary, that yearning for something more, that's not something to silence. That's not something to medicate. That's not something to distract self from. That's something to listen to. That's the fire within calling you to more. So, let it burn. Let it consume every excuse, every limitation, every "I can't" and "someday" that's kept you small. Let it incinerate the walls you've built around your heart, the ceiling you've placed over your dreams, autopilot, the cage you've constructed around your spirit. Because when you finally allow yourself to burn with purpose, with passion, with unrelenting commitment to your own greatness, nothing can stop you, nothing. Not failure, not rejection, not criticism, not doubt, not fear, not even your own past. The world doesn't change for those who wish. It changes for those who work. It changes for those who persist when others quit. You're throughs on autopilot. It changes for those who believe so deeply in their vision that reality has no choice but to reshape itself around them. It changes for those who refuse to accept that what is must always be. Be that person, become that force. Embody that power. Your awakening isn't just about you. It's about everyone who will be inspired by your courage. It's about everyone who will be lifted by your light. It's about everyone who will find their own path because you dared to walk yours. It's about the ripples your actions will create long after you're gone. It's about the legacy you'll leave, not in marble or stone, but in lives touched and hearts awakened. So stand up, step forward, speak louder, dream bigger, work harder, fall down, get up, again and again and again, as many times as it takes, for as long as it takes, until the person you become no longer recognizes the person you once were. Because this moment, this life, it belongs to you. And it's waiting for you to claim it. It's waiting for you to stop making excuses and start making progress. It's waiting for you to stop seeking permission and start seeking purpose. The fire is already within you. The question is, will you finally let it burn? Your awakening begins now, not when you finish reading these words, not when you feel more confident, not when the timing seems better now. In this breath, in this heartbeat, in this moment that will never come again. There's a version of you that exists in the future, a version that is stronger, braver, more alive than you can currently imagine. That version of you made a choice. That version of you stopped waiting and started becoming. That version of you let the fire burn until it transformed not just your life, but the lives of everyone around you. That version of you is waiting, reaching back through time, calling you forward. Can you hear it? Can you feel it? That pull toward greatness, that hunger for more, that dissatisfaction with the status quo. That's not just discontent. That's destiny calling. Will you answer? Or will you do what most people do? Will you silence that call with distractions? Will you numb that hunger with comfort? Will you settle for less because less is easy, less is safe? Less doesn't demand that you become more. The choice seems simple, but we both know it isn't. Because choosing awakening means choosing discomfort. It means choosing uncertainty. It means choosing to leave behind the known for the unknown, the comfortable for the challenging, the secure for the possible. That's why most people never awaken. That's why most people live and die with their greatness still inside them. That's why most people choose the cage of comfort over the wilderness of possibility. That's why most dreams die a quiet death, buried beneath layers of someday, and if only, and too late. But you are not most people. You wouldn't be here, the autopilot, engaging with these words, feeling the stirring in your soul if you were meant for mediocrity. You wouldn't feel that restlessness, that hunger, that knowing that there's more if you were meant to stay small. You were born for awakening. You were created for transformation. You were designed to evolve, to grow, to become. It's in your DNA. It's in your soul. It's in the very fabric of who you are. So why have you waited? Why have you hesitated? Why have you allowed fear to be your guide and doubt to be your companion? Perhaps you've been listening to the wrong voices. Perhaps you've been believing the lies that say you're not enough, not ready, not worthy. Perhaps you've been focusing on what you lack instead of what you have, on what could go wrong instead of what could go right, on who you've been instead of who you could become. It's time to change the voices in your head. It's time to silence the critics, both external and internal. It's time to stop asking for permission to be who you were created to be. It's time to stop apologizing for taking up space, for having dreams, for wanting more. Your life is not a dress rehearsal. There are no do-overs, no second takes, no chances to come back and get it right next time. This is it. This is your one wild and precious opportunity to live, to love, to create, to contribute, to matter. What will you do with it? Will you play it safe, or will you play it real? Will you hide your light, or will you let it shine so brightly that others find their way by it? Will you shrink to fit in, or will you expand to stand out? Will you settle for what's available, or will you create what's possible? The world is waiting for your answer, not with held breath and crossed arms, but with open spaces and possibilities that only you can fill. The world is waiting for your voice, your vision, your unique contribution. The world is waiting for the gifts that only you can give, the problems that only you can solve, the beauty that only you can create. But the world won't wait forever. Time is the one resource you can never recover, never replace, never get back once it's spent. Each moment is a choice. Each day is a decision. Each breath is an opportunity to begin your awakening. So start now. Start where you are. Start with what you have. Start despite your fear, despite your doubt, despite your past. Start before you feel ready, before the path is clear, before you know all the steps. Because here's the truth that few will tell you. You'll never feel fully ready for greatness. You'll never have all the answers before you begin. You'll never be completely free of fear. That's not how awakening works. Awakening happens in the dark. It happens in the unknown. It happens in the questions, not the answers. It happens in the seeking, not the finding. It happens in the becoming, not the arriving. And it doesn't happen all at once. It's not a lightning strike, though there may be moments of sudden illumination along the way. It's more like a sunrise, gradual, inevitable, transforming darkness into light one ray at a time. Some days, the awakening will feel like fire, burning, purifying, all-consuming. Some days it will feel like water, flowing, nurturing, life-giving. Some days it will feel like earth, solid, grounding, fertile with possibility. Some days it will feel like air, invisible yet essential, carrying you to heights you never dreamed possible. Embrace it all, the fire and the water, the earth and the air, the pain and the joy, the struggle and the triumph, the darkness and the light, because all of it is part of your becoming. Don't wish for an easier path, wish for a stronger self. Don't pray for fewer challenges, pray for greater wisdom. Don't seek a life without obstacles, seek the courage to overcome them, because it's in the overcoming that you become. It's in the struggling that you strengthen. It's in the climbing that you ascend. Your awakening is not a destination. It's a journey without end, a process without completion, a story still being written with each choice, each action, each moment fully lived. So live fully, love deeply, give generously, create boldly, speak truthfully, forgive quickly, learn constantly, grow deliberately, serve wholeheartedly, lead courageously, and when doubt creeps in, and it will, remember who you are, remember what you're capable of, remember why you started, remember who's watching, who's waiting, who's depending on you to light the way. Remember that your awakening isn't just for you. It's for everyone who will find their own courage in yours, their own voice in yours, their own possibility in yours. Your awakening is a gift to the world, even when, especially when, it feels like the world doesn't want it, doesn't understand it, doesn't value it. Be awakened anyway, be transformed anyway, be extraordinary anyway, because one day, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, maybe years from now, someone will look at your life, at your courage, at your refusal to stay small, and they will find in your example the permission they've been waiting for to begin their own awakening. And in that moment, your fire will have lit another, and that fire will light another, and another, until what began as a single flame becomes a blaze that cannot be contained, cannot be denied, cannot be extinguished. That is how change happens. That is how worlds transform. That is how the impossible becomes inevitable. One awakened soul at a time. One brave choice at a time. One moment of truth at a time. Your moment is now. Your choice is clear. Your awakening is waiting. The fire is within you. Let it burn.